Wisdom is not just intellectual, but it actually plays out in the way that we live our lives. And James in this passage shows us two different kinds of wisdom. One is earthly wisdom, and the other is the wisdom that comes from above. And as believers, we are called to live out of the wisdom that comes from above. That is the wisdom that comes from God. And these two stand in stark contrast to one another. See, God calls us to walk in meekness as Christ did, as we submit ourselves to his will and exercise self-control, looking for the good of others and not just elevating ourselves. But earthly wisdom tells us that we are the most important thing and that our needs come before everyone else's. Earthly wisdom promotes this competitive mindset that leads to envy and jealousy as we compare ourselves to one another. And when we operate out of this kind of wisdom, this earthly wisdom, it leads to chaos. See, as a result of this kind of wisdom, we fall into all different kinds of sins as we seek to fulfill our own sinful desires and we seek to elevate ourselves instead of seeking to love others. And this every man for himself mentality is not from God. James says it is earthly, unspiritual, and demonic. It focuses on what can be gained from this life instead of what can be gained in eternity. It focuses on the temporal things instead of on eternal things. And its source is not God, but it is evil. And the world's wisdom may seem appealing, but it leads to sin and to disorder. And we need to come to God for the true wisdom from above that leads to life. He reveals wisdom to us in his word, and he promises to give it to us if we ask for it. So we need to come to his word. We need to come to him in prayer, seeking the true wisdom that comes from above.